Nothing.
Why are you listening to this shit?
It's not what it looks like.
What are you listening to?
I fuck with Lil Yachty, okay?
Get the fuck out of here. Turn that shit off.
Okay.
Alright, guys. You know who it is. Sajid.
Tyson, your boys.
And we're Kirkhood Productions. Productions Reviews. Kirkhood Reviews.
Same shit.
Yeah.
Different day.
Alright. And today we're going to be covering one of our... I want to say one of our favorite bands.
Definitely my top 3.
At least with their older material, anyways.
Yeah, not the latest. Not the greatest of latest.
Green Day. Worst to best. And we're going to have 2 lists. My personal list and Tyson's personal list. And we haven't really looked at each other's lists or anything. Because we kind of wanted it to be a surprise.
We probably have an idea of each other's list, but it's like not set in stone.
But let's just get this started. Alright, so it's this is going to be obvious. But obviously the bottom 3 are Tres, Dos, and Uno.
Yeah, I think we should just do that all as one.
Yeah, let's just...
The trilogy was absolute trash.
So 12 through 10 is Tres, Dos, and Uno. Because that's... all of it's just shit.
It's just...
Let's look up some of the songs.
Those were dark times for Green Day.
They're still dark times.
Well, I mean... darker than probably...
Yeah. Let's look at some of the shitty songs. Drama Queen. Shit. Dirty Rotten Bastard. Shit. Basically... Just shit. All 3 of these albums just were so... poor. It's like they were trying to get this pop crossover going with their original punk sound. And it was just shit. So that's it. That's our bottom 3.
Alright. What do you got for the next?
I went with their debut. 10:39 Smooth Out Slappy Hour.
I went with Revolution Radio. I was definitely not a fan. Bang Bang was one of the best tracks in years, but it did not save that album. That album, because I think it hyped me up so much, and then the disappointment just made me hate it.
Right.
Made me hate it, absolutely hate it.
I went with their debut just because it was such like a rough start.
I thought it was raw, and it was...
It was, but it wasn't... That was the thing. It wasn't like... Like, there's a difference between being raw and being, like, clean and fine-tuned. And that album just wasn't really, like, fine-tuned at all.
Fair enough. I can see where you're coming from on that.
Right.
My next one is going to be... Are we ready for the next one?
Yeah.
My next one is Warning.
My next one's Revolution Radio.
Yeah.
So, obviously, what you said, Bang Bang was a decent track, but just every other song on the album was just... And they said they were going to eliminate the term pop punk with that album. And how are you going to do that when you have, like, 3 fucking guitar ballads on that song, on that album?
Just, disappointment. Mine was Warning. I like Minority, and even the title track, Warning, isn't that bad, but it just...
Macy's Day Parade was nice.
It fell flat from, Nimrod. It just, like, going from Dookie and Nimrod, Dookie, Insomniac, Nimrod, then just Warning was a pretty big disappointment, so I'll always have kind of a cold place in my heart for Warning.
Yeah.
Okay, as the next one, we have, what do you have as your...
I have Warning.
I have 10:39 Smooth Out Slappy Hour. Their debut, I don't dislike it, it's just because it's older, I think. But, I like...
Unprofessionalism.
I like the rawness of it. I think it has character. Like 10 days, when you think of 10 Days with Chance, and you think all those early, kind of uncut, like just young kids putting their heart and soul into music, and that's what I liked.
Yeah. My next one was, like I said, Warning. I actually hate the title track so much.
I don't mind it.
It's catchy, but God, it's annoying.
I don't know. It's alright to me.
I don't know. Just the thought of Billy Joel Armstrong to wouldn't live without warning. It doesn't. Minority's a decent tune, and so is Macy Day Parade, but other than that.
No. Alright, what did you have next? Next I had Kerplunk.
I had 21st Century Breakdown.
Okay.
Is there a problem with that?
Okay.
Is there a problem?
Yes, that you severely underrated 21st Century Breakdown.
I think it's a little overrated, if anything.
But
I feel like they tried cashing in on the success that American Idiot brought them, and they just tried dropping another rock opera, and frankly, it wasn't executed as well as American Idiot.
Well, of course it wasn't as well, but I think that it's definitely severely underrating it by putting it that well.
No.
But my next
I don't
one,
think so.
My next one was Kerplunk again. Early, I don't hate it. Just wasn't like as good as some of their later stuff. Once they hit later into the 90s, I thought they caught their stride. All right, next up.
And with 21st Century Breakdown, I mean, there's a couple of
21 Guns.
songs
21 Guns is easily a top 10 song for them.
Right, but that doesn't. One good song does not make an album.
I've never said that.
And then there's decent songs like East Jesus Nowhere and
East Jesus Nowhere is, I think, another top 15 song. At least.
No. American Eulogy, Mass Hysteria, that's alright too. But I wouldn't put any other song besides
East Jesus Nowhere is
I wouldn't put any song besides 21 Guns in a top 15 Green Day songs on that album.
I disagree with you on that.
Right. And then next up I have Kerplunk.
I have Insomniac next.
Yeah, Kerplunk, I'd say this is where they started catching their stride. Like that. It was like
a build up. Yeah.
Yeah, and this had the original version of Welcome to Paradise, which that's a
Welcome
classic.
to Paradise.
That's a classic. That's a classic Green Day song.
All right. Insomniac was obviously Jaded and Brain Stew are some of my favorite Green Day songs of all time. Very solid follow-up to their debut album, and they got it out in a pretty timely fashion, I think.
Right.
I think they do like to do that. They like to capitalize on big releases.
Right.
To drop an album close, but I thought Insomniac was very good. All right, what's next for you?
Next up for me is Insomniac.
Next up for me is 21st Century Breakdown.
That's way too high.
Stop.
I would never put 21st Century Breakdown over Insomniac. Jesus.
You're dumb.
You're saying 21 Guns versus Brain Stew, Jaded, and Geek Stink Breath. Those are three classic Green Day songs.
Geek Stink Breath.
That's a classic.
I can admit it's a classic, but it never really resonated with me, honestly. I just think that 21st Century Breakdown was another
cash-in on the success that American Idiot was.
21 Guns, American
It was
Eulogy,
a cash-in
East Jesus Nowhere.
on what American Idiot was. That's what it was. It was cash-in on the exact same sound.
Not the exact same
and the exact same concept with the rock opera. The exact same. They just want to make money off that.
You don't understand my generation.
No,
you don't understand my generation.
Dumb millennial.
I'm an emo kid, though.
I hate emo kids, so. I hate wannabe emo. If you're actually emo, respect to you. Respect to you. You probably listen to Remo Drive.
No, not for the Remo Drive.
Yeah, Remo Drive is amazing. But for the wannabe emos that are listening to fucking Falling in Reverse's new album, fuck you. Get the fuck out.
That dude was such a douche at Vans.
Oh my god.
You told me it was a fucking transgender
I thought
person.
It was.
I can see that too. Okay. Next up, what do you have?
Right, this is our top three.
Top three, starting number 3.
I put American Idiot.
I had Nimrod as mine, and I think the top 3. I think Nimrod and American Idiot can honestly probably be pretty interchangeable.
Right, but for me,
Dookie's got. Well, we won't say. Yeah, but
way to spoil the list.
Fuck
But
you. I think everybody saw it coming.
yeah,
But, so yeah, Nimrod, obviously a solid track. I love Hitching a Ride. Obviously, Time of Your Life, Good Riddance.
right.
Well, Good Riddance, quote unquote, Time of Your Life. However the fuck you want to say it.
Obviously, American Idiot, a huge success, a huge comeback for them.
One of the biggest, probably the only huge comeback in pop punk. I think I can't imagine another one of that scale.
Yeah, probably. The only reason I put this low is because this was the album that signified the string of bad Green Day albums I would follow.
Oh, 21st Century Breakdown.
Well, not that great of an album. It's a 6.
Okay. No, I'm gonna move on.
It's a 6.
I'm gonna move on.
It's a 6, everybody.
Gonna move on. House of Balloons is a 3. Just remember that. Just remember that.
We aren't gonna talk about that on this review. This is our channel.
Alright, let's.
Alright, number 2.
American Idiot, and then
Nimrod.
Yeah, obviously. American Idiot, again, a humongous comeback. Jesus Suburbia, which is my favorite Green Day song, is on there. Obviously, American Idiot, the title track. What are some of your other favorite songs on there?
Holiday.
Obviously, Holiday. Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Are We the Waiting? Wake Me Up When September Ends.
There's so many just like classic new age Green Day songs on there. Classic new age. New age at the time, I guess, because compared to.
And then for me, Nimrod has so many great classic songs. Nice Guys Finished Last, Hitching a Ride, just Last Ride In. Obviously, Good Riddance, King for a Day. King for a Day has a ska feel to it. That's just
I see it.
Yeah.
Well, they're from
so this album was the album that I feel like Green Day experimented the most on, because they had just a little bit of everything on it.
That's fair.
And it all mixed really well.
All right, now on to the grand unveiling number 1.
It's not really grand unveiling when you kind of said like
Dookie.
3 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, Dookie, obviously.
Even the songs that weren't released as singles on this album were great.
Yeah, Dookie, obviously, number 1.
Yeah.
Classics like She, When I Come Around is probably my number 2, I'd say.
Longview is one of my favorite songs.
Longview, She,
Pulling Teeth, Basket Case.
Obviously. I mean, Basket Case probably my number 3.
Welcome to Paradise.
It's the official version of Welcome to Paradise, I think.
It's a
rework.
It's technically a rework.
Technically.
But yeah, Dookie just had... That was the pinnacle of their, like, actual punk era.
Yeah, Dookie's, I think, was the last great... No, never mind. Or no, it was the start of the new wave of pop punk. It was really... I think it was the first official pop punk.
That was the album that capitalized, once Kurt Cobain... may he rest in peace. After Kurt Cobain left, that album kind of ushered in the new wave of pop punk and alternative that would flood.
Exactly. Because I'm not trying to say like the Descendants or anything weren't there. Descendants were obviously the predecessors, and I also... Miley Goes to College.
Right.
Fantastic album. But that was the first, I think, official pop punk album.
All right. Well, that's our list. Mine's right. Tyson's wrong. Because 21st Century Breakdown is not that good.
Not even...
And... You see, this is why you lose your credibility. This is why...
Migos is on this. Culture was a good album.
I don't give a fuck.
Culture was a good
Lil Yachty is not good. Alright, we're done.
Lil Boat.
Alright. Kirkhood. Out.
Like, subscribe, all that shit.